A 1 and a 2.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the second episode of our Union campaign. I've done some organizing behind the scenes, not that much, because really you don't have to go overboard on organizing when you're still this early in a campaign. I tend to organize as the year progresses for 61, and just do it gradually. You don't really have to rush yourself or do everything at once. But yeah, I'll show you some of the stuff I did. Starting out in the far west, we got the Army of the West here, under Lion. I'm gonna send him at the beginning of August down to this crossroads here, and do like I planned. Over here, we got Fremont, who I'm just gonna let muster up his forces. But I made a new department of Kansas under David Hunter, who was at the 1st Manassas, and I'm going to send him over to Jefferson City, just in case the AI tries to push further into Missouri. I've seen them going to Illinois, try to take Chicago, so sometimes I do like to have a smaller force in Northwest Missouri, kind of bordering on almost going over to Lawrence or Fort Scott. But I'm going to keep it in Jefferson City for now, just as sort of a garrison force. Second, Grant, not really done anything with him yet, but I have split some of Lew Wallace's guys, mostly the cavalry. I think I sent the cavalry to... Yeah, the cavalry and the artillery I've sent to Cincinnati. And it's right here, as you can see. And they're gonna just muster up their forces. And like I said, we're gonna turn Cincinnati into a fortress. Not that many forts, just have a large sort of backup force right here. I forgot to mention the Department of Columbus last episode, but we're going to turn this into its own army of the Ohio, under Buell. And it's going to have the 1st Division and the 2nd Division here. I've already started recruiting 2 brigades. So they will be up and running. Actually, let's give you guys Springfield muskets instead. There we go. Okay, so that's that. And the rest of the guys here, I'm probably going to have them remain a part of Buell's force, but some of it's going to go to Mitchell here in Cincinnati. I think that covers the West. Actually, no, I put the Army of Kentucky here. They could build a supply depot and a fort, just to have a second line of defense in case the Confederates try to do a heartland offensive into Kentucky. Alright, over in the East. Didn't do much here. Sending him to the supply depot near Grafton and Clarksburg. And McClellan, I'm sending to West Virginia. Hopefully this battle's going to go well, and it's going to be covered in this episode. I don't imagine anything else really happening in the East, but I could be wrong. We're still retreating from Manassas, so we're just going to unpause here and let them move. But before we do that, I want to discuss something. I did move one of the divisions from Army of the Shenandoah into the Army of Northeastern Virginia. And this is how it looks like right now. We're going to have quite a lot of divisions before we get army organization, but I'm probably going to, once West Virginia is done, I'm going to give McClellan command of this, rename it to the Army of the Potomac, and give McDowell like a secondary corps so we can move over some of these units. Because when you have this many divisions, I mean, this is pretty historical. McClellan, before he got a corps command, he basically had, I think, around 10 to 12 divisions under one corps, which is crazy. And he basically wanted to keep it that way until the division commanders proved themselves in combat. But Lincoln gave a direct order to override that. So, but we're going to do it a little bit differently, just because when you have this many divisions under one command, readiness will regain itself very slowly, which is accurate. But we're still going to try and separate them just for the sake of in case the Confederates try and attack Washington. I don't want to be stuck with that many divisions. Anyways, that covers that. Department of Maryland, I organized a little bit more. I made another division, sent some artillery over, and some cavalry. Oh yeah, I did remove, I think, Schenck and a couple of others from command. So this is how the brigades look like right now. Oh, 4th Brigade. I'm going to rename this to 3rd. Oh, we got Keyes, Morrell, Heintzelman, Hancock, Franklin, F.J. Porter. Here's the division from the Shenandoah. Is now under McDowell's command, under Stone. We got Hooker. We got W.F. Smith. And we got McCall's Pennsylvania Reserves. And something that I like to do is if I have a special brigade like this that already has a special name, like right here, you can see Iron Brigade West, I just rename it to 1st Brigade because it makes more sense this way. Speaking of, I forgot to... Also, I don't want Wood commanding this brigade. Let's give it to... Let's give it to Hamilton. Let's rename this the 3rd Brigade. Because even if you have a special name, like the Philadelphia Brigade, with AOM, it's still going to stay there. And I forgot to do it here as well, but if you would just... Alright. I'll let these be for now. But it's looking good. Alright. Before I unpause, I am going to go over the project. So, you start with quite a lot of subsidies in the beginning. And what I usually go with first, you could go with Hall's carbines, but it's such a small cost that you might as well just wait later on and get something more useful like suppressing population. Secondly, okay, let's do this now, actually, because I forgot to go over it last episode, but we're going to play with a little bit of a house rules here. I'm not going to get organization reform until January of 1861 minimum. I will get it if the AI gets it before me, but other than that, that's a core rule that I'm going to go with. The same goes for the cavalry reform and the artillery reform. It's also going to be for January 1st for 1862. Which would mean that probably the one you want to go with first would... In my case, I usually go with either legacy rifles or civil order. Civil order is very important if you're playing the Union, because not only is it going to lower your administration cost, the more casualties you take, the less state support you lose, and civil order also does a lot of other goodies. So really, if you want to go for something, I would say civil order. Legacy rifles is nice, but since you're the Union, you don't really have to worry so much about weapon production in the beginning, because you start with a lot. So I'm going to go civil order, actually. And it says support hits from casualties and raiding. This is not the only thing that happens. I would actually say that it does a lot more than just this. Alright, anyways. I'm moving the Department of Pennsylvania down here. to merge with the Department of Washington. I'm going to keep Department of Maryland around through the remainder of the game. I'm going to move it later down to Fort Monroe just to reinforce it like I was talking about in the last episode. We got Wool's Department of the East. I'm going to keep it here until it's mustered up. It's probably going to take a couple of months, maybe, alright, 41 days, so a little bit over a month. But most of this is going to go to Washington. And I'm sort of just going to pull some of these artillery batteries out as I need them. So currently I'm just going to leave it like this. But if I need to, I got the 1st New York L and 1st Rhode Island B. I can move if I want to or need to. Yeah. I think that covers it. We're going to actually unpause now and play the game. So here we go. Right, retreating. Disaster for the Union. Yes. Alright, they're moving, immediately moving the army of the Shenandoah to the west. I'm not sure if I want to counter this yet. I could move banks here. It's probably what I'm going to do, actually. Forced march and rail movement. And we're going to let them recapture Alexandria. Because that will hopefully convince them not to pursue me into Washington, but you can never be sure, to be honest. Alright. Retreat. Hopefully Banks can catch up with him in time. McClellan is moving. Oh yeah, something else I should mention that I did, which I recommend any Union player to do, is to immediately upgrade the New York Harbor to level 4. That's going to tremendously increase your shipyard utilization capacity. And if you don't really do this in the beginning, you're going to screw yourself later on, because as you can see, it's taken half a year to upgrade this, so it's not going to happen tomorrow. So you want to start that as soon as you possibly can. Some other things I did is I reinforced Fort Pickens, because the Army of Pensacola loves to go for it. We're going to see what they do this time. There goes David Hunter. Let's see. I'm going to put the USS Cricket here. And we're good. So this is currently the strategy screen. As you can see... Wait, they have... Oh, they went for... I think they sent envoys or King Cotton. That's interesting. Alright. But yeah, as you can see, men fielded, we're pretty equal, but they are going to have the advantage over me in the beginning. So, while we're here, I think it's also important to discuss what the long-term goals are. Obviously, I'm going to take and separate the Mississippi. That's probably the #1 goal. So we will be invading New Orleans. We will be going down to Vicksburg for the north. But the battleground states that I want to sort of focus on will be Arkansas and Tennessee. Mainly because if you flip these states, you are depriving the Confederacy of a lot of manpower. And if you do it as early as possible, you're going to deprive them of even more manpower. If they, for example, in Arkansas, if they don't have the Conscription Act yet, then they're missing out on a lot of manpower that they can get from both of these states. So Arkansas and Tennessee are two of those states that I want to focus on in the first year, 1862, where the war is really going to kick off. I say first year. We start in 1861, but really the war is going to begin in 62. Oh, Army of the Potomac is moving. I think it's joining with... Yes, they're going into West Virginia already. Well, that's bad. I'm gonna have to think about this. I guess what we could do is move Department of the Columbus to Wheeling. And reinforce him with Wade. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Where are you? There you are. $30 days. Okay. We got nothing there. We got... I mean, I could send... But transferring these units, I don't know how long it would take. Actually, I was building a supply depot here. That's why I don't want to move Reynolds to reinforce. But if they're going to try and take Grafton, I mean... We might as well move these two. And while we're at it, actually... I'll be removing Kelly from his command. Replace him with Reno. Or Reno. However you want to say it. Alright, let's just pick one. There you go. And then Kelly can have this division. Where is he? There you are. Okay. That's gonna have to do. I think, considering they only have, what, 10k? Yeah. Approaching 15k. I think it's gonna be a fair fight if I send Reynolds up to reinforce Grafton. Though that would leave the Army of the Northwest to move in support of Charleston. But he only has 900 men. So it should be fine. What happened here? Yeah, this should be an easy fight. Although... Let's reinforce him a little bit. There we go. That was a federal victory. Nice. Okay. You know what? Just... Oh, Banks, you idiot. Fall back across the river. Right, Buell's on his way. Right now we have around 7 to 8k at Grafton. So if Johnston attacks, shouldn't be a problem. But if he gets joined by Beauregard, then we have a problem. Oh? McClellan, why are you moving into the woods? There you go. Okay, I think we're going to have a battle here soon. So I'm going to cut to it, and I'll be back. All right, we're back, and we have a battle between McClellan and John B. Floyd. So we're going to hit play. All right, we are here. Battle of Gully Bridge, or I guess you'd say Carnifex Ferry. I think that's what we're going to call it. Anyways, we got... the objective here, Dogwood Ridge. And I think we have a numerical advantage, so things should be okay. The only thing we don't have is cavalry, and I do think they have some. So really, they kind of only have a morale and line of sight bonus. This map, I'll give you a tip right now. This map is extremely hard to traverse. So I'm going to give you a couple of tips if you are playing on it. First, when you're deploying, make sure you're next to a road like this. Second, this map, you might even spend 2 days just traveling to engage the enemy. And don't be afraid to stop. I'll show you once we hit play here. Okay, so we got the objective here. I'm just going to move my men right here. And then advance time. Speed things up. Because what you're going to find is your men will lose cohesion and fatigue traveling on this map. Because there's so many rivers and trees, and the roads are not straight. They keep curving around the mountains, and yeah, it's a mess if you don't take your time and move step by step towards the enemy. We got McCook's Advance Brigade, or parts of the Advance Brigade coming. We got a couple of regiments, too, from Cox's right wing. I think we should be able to find one of my favorite portraits in the game. Oh, no, I think he's in the other army. Yeah. He's in Reynolds' army. But as you can see on the victory bar, things are not looking good for us, mainly morale-wise, so that's why it's so important to try and keep your morale up by taking your time. As you can see, my cohesion is slipping, which also means that the morale will go down, so you should keep an eye out for that. I'm going to move Rosecrans down here, and no, just over there. And Cox, I'll move you there. There we go. Another thing you might run into is an ambush on this map. You probably don't want to advance too far, or you might, like this, exactly what I was thinking was going to happen. They've set up, is it parapets? No. Breastworks. And if I would have just put my army right here, I would either have to do a quick halt command or they would have run into a ambush. So always take one step at a time when you're doing this sort of movement. And because they've set up right here, I'm not going to play their game. I'm going to move on this road. Like this. And I'm going to flank around. Because if I move up this road, well, it's not going to end well for me. I think you can see that. It would probably be a pretty bad idea. Also, a good idea is to do what I'm doing right now, is keep an eye on the morale of your units. You don't want them to break, especially not the artillery. So make sure that your officers are in the command range, command radius, and that these units don't break. They have not seemed to notice us yet. Maybe they have, but they're not making a counter move. So we're just going to keep wheeling our formation to the objective and turn the objective against them. So we'll be the ones defending. I think that's quite ingenious. Though if the AI were smart, they would take the initiative now and move and intercept me while I'm making this move. But they are not, so that's good for us. This is going to even out the playing field a little bit, because our morale is much lower, so we're just going to even the odds by taking the objective like thus. And there we go. Look at that. Beautiful. Okay. Let's find a good defensive position. I'm going to set up right here with Cox. And support him like this. So the artillery, I'm going to move and detach. Let's see if they come for us. They probably should. He is detached. Excellent. So I'm going to move him over here. No, over here. And keep this regiment in reserve. Actually, excuse me. It's tempting. I think I'm gonna do it. Detach the skirmishers. And have them take up a forward position around the fences. And I'll have these two guys do the same thing. There we go. Alright, Let's speed things up and see what the AI does. It might just be that they don't do anything, and in that case, I'm gonna have to make a move anyways. But I've essentially blocked off their main routes of escape. Yep, they're moving. All right. Looks like the majority are going down the road, but we got a big portion of them coming on the flanks as well. That's why I got the reserve regiment set up. All right, we're gonna set a bombardment area like this. Here we go. All right. It's actually getting late. I don't know if the battle's going to begin before the day ends. They are actually breaking their morale. Oh, they are making a big flanking move over here. Question is if I should try and counter it. Here we go. First volley. I think it's because they're cut off from their commander, plus they have low cohesion. So that's going to be... Yeah, there you go. They don't even want to fight. And just like that, we have turned the balance of power in our favor. Why are they spreading out so much? It's a bit, like, overambitious, I feel. But it seems like they're abandoning this attack here on the left. They're moving to focus their entire force on this flank right here. Ooh. Nice interception by the skirmishers. There we go. There goes Gully artillery. They are gonna make the battle on the right flank, alright? I can dig that. I am gonna reinforce it as fast as I can. And there's really no reason to be bombarding here anymore. So I'm just gonna have them fire at will. Oh. They outrange us. So I'm going to make a move. And so it begins. Casualties are very typical for an early war battle, which I enjoy that aspect of the mod. It's one of the few things I didn't really like about vanilla was how unrealistic the casualty counts are, especially for the early war. I mean, you could get like 50 men per volley, and to me that didn't make any sense. Move Rosecrans back a little bit. I don't want to get him wounded. Surprised that they are not dismounting. Let's see if we can force them to rout if I get them in the back. No? Maybe that doesn't count as the back or rear. Let's just keep the fire up. Oh shit. Benham, what are you doing? Get back here, man. I guess I did tell him to pursue them, but... Let's have the 2nd Kentucky engage here. I think I'm gonna push the advantage and actually be the one to attack. Gonna have Benham stay in reserve. And... here we go. I think I'm gonna have a try and fire by brigade with this. He's firing. You charge. Alright, now you fire. And you charge. Now you fire, and you charge. Now you fire, and you charge. Come on, fire. Keep pushing. It's a victory. We got him. There we go. Excellent. Keep pursuing them. McCook, hold. I didn't even see what went over here, like what was going on, but we did beat McCaslin. Alright, halt. Call off the pursuit. Call off the pursuit. Alright, that's a good battle. Let's look at the results. Alright, they lost all their artillery. Which wasn't much, mind you. I think they were also 6-pounders, so really nothing lost for the Confederates. They're gonna get those guns back anyways, so... 500 versus 350. I think that's pretty good. And that marks McClellan's rise to fame. Alright, looks good. Let's see if anyone got defamed or got famous. Colonel Kirk. I think he was the one on the very, very far right Union flank. The one who went through the woods. I would point out that's a placeholder commander, so we'll see if we keep him around, but yeah. Good job, Kirk. All right, let's see. McCaslin lost face. Oh well. And 48 killed of ours, 50 missing, and the rest are wounded. We captured 3 of the guns. And they had 86 killed. The rest wounded or captured. 83 captured, actually. Alright. That means that we can immediately head to Charleston and flip West Virginia. The AI is a little bit nuts at protecting West Virginia, so as soon as I can get it to flip, the better the AI is going to perform. It's one of the big cons of playing like from 61 is the fact that the AI just considers everything in Virginia to be Virginia. So unless you separate West Virginia from Virginia, the AI is gonna go bonkers trying to retake Grafton and Wheeling. So just a tip for you, if you don't want that to happen, get West Virginia as soon as possible, playing as the Union. Alright. Pursuit. And they're fleeing that way. Excellent. Sometimes they'll flee for the river or into Kentucky, and that's just a whole mess. I don't want that. So I'm happy. I'm fine with them doing that. And they seem to be reinforcing it too now. 12,000. Jesus. And we got... Alright, so they did send some of the Army of the Shenandoah down to Kanawha, I think. Alright. And we got the Army of the Peninsula here. They haven't seemed to move the reserve army from Richmond, so They might be building forts or something. Maybe they're reinforcing the capital. We'll see. Department of Norfolk. And out west. So in 6 days, I'm going to have Lion make a move. Did I forget to tell him to... Yes, I did. Ah. Oh well. We'll do it now, rectify our mistake, and once the supply depot is complete, then we'll have him make a move. It's going to take 14 days. Ah, oh well. He'll be fine. Alright, let's just quickly go over some of these supply depots here in the back. Usually you start with one in Harrisburg. I just put this one on red. There's no need to have supplies here. The one in New York you can have on yellow. As long as you have this arm. Well, they would get supplied anyways from New York, so might as well just have it on red. I prefer doing this over burning them, because they... I mean... If you later on regret it, then you've wasted a couple of $1 million, so you might as well... The upkeep isn't even that bad. It's like 3-4K a month. Yeah. Alright. Let's have a look at our naval situation. Got a battle going on here. North Carolina squadron is raiding us. Not doing a very particularly good job. I forgot to look at the Caribbean squadron. I'm going to send the Erie to reinforce. And I'm going to have this squadron raid any Confederate raiding squadrons that might be hiding out in the Gulf of Mexico. Alright, let's keep speeding up the game. Looks like that was a victory. 2 ships captured. Alright. Gonna move them to the harbor. And our fleet seems mostly intact. Maybe I'll move the Monticello back to the harbor. But the rest of the ships can stay. Alright. Alright, I'm going to cut back to you once something interesting happens. Alright, we're back. I've ordered the Army of the Kentucky to... Oh, there we go. That's a uncanny timing. But, alright, looks like McClellan just flipped West Virginia. Excellent. That means we can reorganize all of our West Virginia forces, because I don't think the Confederates are going to try and really make a move on us. But we'll go ahead and get rid of McClellan here. Actually, let's do this right. Let's have Rosecrans be replaced with... I don't want Porter. He did such an awful job at Manassas, so I don't trust him. I'm gonna put Horatio Wright in charge, and Rosecrans is now commanding the overall forces of West Virginia. And that means that we are getting rid of McDowell and putting McClellan in charge of the Potomac. Awesome. Okay. I thought I told Ord to move, but apparently I didn't. Huh. Oh well. We are building a supply depot in Charleston, and I'll deal with Grafton later. It's a lot of stuff to do right now, but I trust I don't need Buell here anymore. Let me have a look first. No, I don't think so. I'm sending Buell back to Columbus. Excuse me. All right. What I was going to say is I'm sending the Army of the Kentucky down to the Cumberland Gap so we can secure it. Meanwhile, I've sent Mitchell to fulfill the duties that Nelson's sort of leaving, just for now. There we go. Excellent. This means that their morale is almost the same as mine, which is good. Right. Sending Nelson down here. Let's see what we got. Intelligence report. Cotton is King. That's the project they got. And British rifles. All right. I see. Militia Act 2. And they're building 4 new ships. Got it. Harvey McDowell is rehabilitated. That's great. That means we can use him again. He's a fairly average commander. And see, he starts out as Major General. He's not that bad, to be honest. All right, let's see if there's anyone here. Oh, there was. We just didn't see them. They took 2 casualties. All right. There they are. I'm going to keep... Yeah, I'll send Nelson back now. Let's see if the depot's done. Alright, 5 more days. I'm going to get back to you in those 5 days, or if something else happens. So, I'll cut to that, and yeah, see you soon. Alright, we're back. I just wanted to inform you that they just got 2-year contracts. Which means their manpower might eclipse mine. We'll see. We have a 3K advantage, which isn't much. It's practically the same. Let's see. Depot done? Yeah, almost. Right. Time to have Nathaniel Lyon make a move. Because I don't know how long. Let's see. Deitzler's brigade. Okay, he has a month remaining. We're good. We're good. Right. Here we go. Lines moving down. And there we go. The Battle of, if anyone knows the name of like a village or town at this crossroads section right here, do please let me know. But yeah, here we go. $11,000 men under Major General McCulloch. Something else I noticed, which is pretty funny, is the fact that I managed to get Wilson's Creek I think was on August the 10th, and we are fighting August 10th, so that's a little bit, I thought it was a little bit of a funny coincidence. So they clearly have the advantage, so I'm gonna try my best, but I do want to try and play this with a very aggressive strategy. So I'm not gonna be defensive, I'm gonna attack, but I will try to win. But I can't promise anything. Alright, let's start by putting all these guys in long range, because I think they all have Springfield muskets, so we're already gonna have a range disadvantage. I think we're good. Alright, let's move to, I think this is a stone wall right here. And there's a swamp right next to it. I don't like that part, but I am gonna go set up on this stone wall. So one benefit of having cavalry in a infantry division, or under a if you have a corps that doesn't have any divisions, the benefit to having cavalry is the fact that it will move much further up than the rest of your forces, which will mean that you have a scouting advantage. Like this, if I would have moved my entire force up here, at least I would have a chance with the cavalry scouting. I'd have a chance to call a halt order. So, just a tidbit, having cavalry combined with your infantry divisions or just under your corps command is not a bad idea. Which is why a lot of them did so historically. So, yes, setting up on this stone wall definitely was a good idea. They have a defensive position set up. Looks like it's the Arkansas Army. Yep, it is. I don't know where Sterling Price is, but McCulloch's army is right here. Let's see, has McCulloch arrived? Yeah, he's somewhere else. I just don't know where. Maybe in the forest? Maybe here? I don't know. So, I'm going to come up with a plan and get back to you once I've figured something out. Alright, I'm back. They have started moving their units. I don't know if they're preparing to move against me or if they're just reacting to my presence. But most of my forces have deployed. I am going to detach my artillery and the cavalry. And once they are detached, I'm going to send the cavalry up into this forest here. I want to scout this flank. Because my plan is to set up the infantry around this creek here. And then have them slowly advance over the creek towards this field. And make a general flanking attack. Could end in disaster. Could just end really, really bad. But I can't really see myself doing any other plan. Meanwhile, I'm going to have the two artillery batteries I have are going to be bombarding their defenses. I feel like going up the road, attacking head-on, is just stupid. So, I'm going to use this forest as cover and move up. Now let's speed things up until they are detached. Alright. Cars, cavalry's detached, so I'm going to move him up. And I'm gonna put the infantry in the forest for now. And then have the artillery. 12-pounder James rifle. Alright, They have pretty good range, so I'm just gonna do something like this. There we go. They're gonna prepare the bombardment, and I'll be bombarding them while I carry out this scouting move here. All right, let's see what they got. They are turning in response to my flank. I guess they can see the cavalry. They're going to move up again. I think their force is in this forest. And frankly, I don't have the manpower to... What I would really want to do here is do a pincer from this road here and this road at the same time against the forest, but I don't have the manpower, so I'm just going to have to do a frontal attack through the creek here and try and sort of wheel like this and use the stone walls right here for cover. That's the plan anyways. We'll see what happens. Alright, it's time to have Lion move up with his forces. No, something like this. That's good. Okay. Are we bombarding them? No, we're not. Why? Why is that? They're out of range? Gonna have the artillery push up a little bit then. Now they're firing. Excellent. Yeah, no signs of Price's army, which is worrying. So far, just the Arkansas troops. I don't want these batteries to get out of range from the commander. I'm going to have them move up a little bit more. Alright, let's have them wheel. Speed things up again. And they are attacking. Okay. Turn, turn, turn. Sigil. Move up. Sturgis support him. Andrews take the field. What the heck? That's strange. Not really sure what happened there. Maybe part of the unit's, like, cut off? I don't know. But they do seem to be attacking me now, so... Maybe Price is gonna show his... Oh my god, yes he did. Oh boy. Looks like I'm the one being pincered. This is bad. This is really bad. Okay. Pull back across the creek. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, there's like a block of him, of Deitzler, like right here. What's going on? That's really, really tripping me up. Alright, I'm just gonna have him stay there. Something's bugged out with his brigade. I don't know what. But we're going to have to fall back. And we are separated from our artillery now. This was never my plan, alright? Just for the record. Oh, man. This was what I was afraid of. I assumed that Price was here. But in reality, he was in reserve over here. Maybe I can turn this around, but they've got me with my pants down, to be honest. This is why scouting is so important. But I sort of like facing a challenge like this, so I feel it might make things a bit more interesting. Fortunately, I had Carr on standby, so he can counter this cavalry. At least hold them off until Sturgis, come on. Sturgis and Sigil can move. Is there any way? There we go. Finally, Deitzler. Wow. How has he taken so many casualties? That's insane. Is it the cavalry? Oh, there goes the 2nd U.S. Wow, what a disaster this was. The only one who's really doing anything here is the artillery. But they're completely cut off. I don't like that one bit. They're sort of just dueling with the Arkansas artillery. Casualty-wise, we are 2-1, but I think it's gonna switch over here in a second, in a moment. Yeah, my men are exhausted from crossing this creek. Let's speed things up a little bit, just so I can get across this river. They're taking casualties. Oh, there goes the artillery. Hopefully the the U.S. regular artillery doesn't break as easily. There goes Carr. Man, what a mess. Oh, thank God. Okay, that really, really helped me. Carr's wounded. Okay. We got some overnight attrition there, but now we might actually stand a chance against these guys. So I'll have the artillery set up here, and we're gonna stay here. I think. Let's hope I don't get screwed by the deployment here. Maybe I should. Let's set up a little bit further back, just in case. Oh, they completely abandoned the idea of attacking me. But now they're they're even in like a better position than before. Oh man, this might be a long battle because of it's just a lot of maneuvering going on. I'll cut back when something interesting happens. Okay, we're back. So they have set up right on the objective with the Missouri State Guard, while the Arkansas are staying by the bridge and river crossing. I'm going to use that to my advantage and move on the objective itself. Maybe by crossing... You know, instead of going to that creek, I'm just going to set up right here. And then go for the main road. I think that's a much smarter idea. I sent Schaefer back to get the batteries, but I think he's going to break again. Simply because... There we go. Fire at will. And move him right over here. While the Arkansas are moving. Wait, it looks like they have set up some Arkansas troops here. And maybe they have one division of their Arkansas army at the bridge, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to do one last attack, and if it doesn't go through, then, you know, what am I supposed to do? All right. I think we're ready to launch this attack. Let's move up. Ooh. All right. That's a really good range for our artillery. Though I would probably want to move them up a little bit more. Maybe to... right over here. Okay. And I'll have what's left of Carr's cavalry protect the artillery. Speed things up a little bit, and they are wheeling their forces. All right. Time to move. They're moving through a swamp. Oh, come on, man. Did you really have to go through the swamp? You couldn't have taken the road? Ay, 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 ay. They're moving. You know, the AI isn't, you know, sometimes they're not bad when they have the number advantage, I feel. The fact that they moved the force over here to reinforce the objective was, you know, it's what a human player would do as well. I'm considering putting them on assault just to get this over with. That's what I'm going to do. All right. Here we go. Except I'm going to micro a little bit here just to improve the chances of success. There we go. Finally, we got the battle going. Andrews is stalling. Not a good sign. The second US have really gotten battered down. Let's have Plummer and Steele take care of the 1st, 2nd, and 5th Missouri State Guard. Jesus, 200 casualties. And Deitzler, what are you doing? Who told you to fall back? Oh my god. Yeah, I didn't expect this to go well. I'm just saying, alright? I was pretty certain this was going to be a disaster, but... Lion is doing what he, let's see if he gets shot like he did historically. Rally your men, Lion. Andrews, come on. Get up here. Maybe if I can draw them in somehow, but oh my god, 300 casualties, 2nd US. Casualties, well, actually they've taken more casualties than me, but overall I've lost a higher percentage than they have. Yeah, just steal. Pull your men back, for God's sakes. And he's not listening to me. Oh, Lion isn't dead, but he's wounded. Deitzler, come on. Don't just stand and take it. Anders, finally. Oh my god, the 2nd US has almost taken 400 casualties. I swear to God, if Anders doesn't get one volley in, he's fired. There goes the 2nd US. There goes Sturgis Brigade. Yeah, pull back. I don't want the first U.S. to take as many casualties at the second. Yeah, good. I'm glad they routed. Yeah, that's a defeat. That's a defeat. I wouldn't even make the argument that it's a tactical victory for us, because I'd say overall Confederate victory. Yep, there it is. Defeat. Let's try and get the most of this, though. Two more seconds, or minutes, I mean. And that's it. All right. They lost 1,100 men. Wait. How did we lose 1,600? I don't know what happened. That's strange. I'm not sure what happened there, but if maybe you have an idea, do write in the comments. I think maybe desertion? I don't know. But major federal defeat for us. They had a major victory. Yeah. Not much to say, really. Wilson. Nathaniel Lyons wounded. So we're going to have to replace him. And like I said, I'm going to merge this entire army now with Fremont. So Missouri's going to be pretty wide open until I have that under control. Yeah, that's what I thought. Steele is going to have to be replaced. The second U.S. They fought well, but definitely I don't even think it's fair to say that Steele should be defamed for that, but, you know, you're going to blame someone, right? Someone's going to take the blame for that. All right, we're back. Disaster at Carrollton. Well, not really Carrollton, let's be honest. Steele loses face, and for them, they lost. Greer loses face. I think he's the guy who's in charge of the 3rd Texas Cavalry. Almost the same amount of people killed on both sides, but we had more. We had way more captured, missing. So, around 1,100 versus 1,600 casualty-wise. I'm gonna cut the episode here. When we get back, we're gonna have a little bit of a epilogue for what happened in this episode. And then the next episode, what we're probably going to cover is the overall organization, reorganization, I should say. We're going to finally try and capture Fort Hatteras, open up a bridgehead, or prepare to open up a bridgehead into North Carolina. And then we're going to, somewhere in October, November, start recruiting an army to move into the Gulf of Mexico. Besides that, we are going to make the Army of the Ohio, send Buell to Louisville, and get Grant's army into Paducah and Columbus. And that's it for this episode. As always, thank you so much for watching, and thank you to our Patreons, starting with John M., Alexbond, Adam F., and Scotty. Thank you so much, and take care, everybody.